Hello, and welcome back to Hitman. And in this series we will go back to where it all started, and this time round we will focus on completing as many of the challenges as we can on each and every one of the primary Hitman targets, with maybe a few interesting bonus kills on the way. Today we are in Mumbai for the Proxy Killer Challenge, which entails getting the Kashmirian to take out both Vanya Shah and Dawood Rangan for us. So for this challenge we will be starting at the default location, and the only item we're going to need to be bringing with us will be a silenced pistol. Everything else is available on the map. So with that said, let's get reacquainted with our targets.
Vanya Shah, a shady figure in Mumbai's criminal underworld, and Dawood Rangan, the gang's old cashier turned dodgy movie producer. Bandit queen, a showbiz charlatan. I shall leave you to prepare.
So, right from the start and off the bat, we need to first of all locate the Kashmirian, who is our rival assassin in this area, although rival is putting it rather strongly, as this guy is somewhat inept, as he can't even focus a sniping rifle scope. So we're going to make our way directly into the shawls just up the street ahead of us and to the right. We're going to make our way up to the second floor and through the turquoise door up into the loft area, where we will find the Kashmirian and his rifle.
It appears we have a rival assassin in Mumbai, and he's training his sights on Dawood Rangan. By the looks of it, I'd say we're dealing with a local operator, known as the Kashmirian.
So what we've done there is we've just readjusted the Kashmirian's scope so that when we get Dawood Rangan in position, he can then take the shot. So once we have the scope realigned, we're going to exit the shawls and we are going to make our way over to Rangan Tower. Just be aware there is an enforcer to even our suit just off to our right. So once we get to the minivans just here, we can make our way over the wall via the gap. We're going to make our way up the stepped garden at the front of the building, pulling out our silenced pistol as we go. And when we get to the top here, we will see a camera above the entrance, which we will eliminate, and that will get the attention of the young staff lady there, and she will go inside and upstairs to the first floor, giving us the opportunity to sneak in, and we're going to take the lift to the first floor, although the lift hasn't actually been built yet, so we are going to have to climb. So we're just going to wait in the lift shaft here for the young lady to realize there's nothing going on, and the noise she heard actually was outside and not on the first floor. So when she leaves, just make sure you give her plenty of time to get away. We are going to sneak our way through this area, and through the door you can see, or you could just see on our right. We're just going to wait for this guard to turn around and walk off before we make our way through the door immediately on our left, and then through the door on our right on the far side of the room. And just beyond that door we will find, next to the paint pot, a tub of paint, artist paint. So we're now going to retrace our steps once we have that paint back to the lift shaft, and we're going to ascend one more floor up to the next floor here, and immediately exit the lift shaft and dive out the window on our left. As you can see, someone may be in the area and looking in that direction, but if you move straight out and onto the balcony or onto the ledge, they won't spot you.
Done mixing those colors. I mean, how long can it take to smudge out a few blues and reds?
I'm creating art here. 70% of the work is finding the right colors. Color mixing is an entire art form on its own. It takes time.
Yeah, well, get a move on. Mr. Rangan wants you to go and get him as soon as you're done mixing your fancy colors there. You got it?
Fine.
So as we scoot along the ledge, we will trigger this conversation, and when it plays out, we're going to wait for the guard to go back to his seat before we duck in through the window, approach the paint pots behind the guard, add our paint to the paint box, and then make our way back out onto the ledge. Now at this point, everything is set up and the Rangan kill will now take place. With no more input from us, and you can now move on to Vanya Shah. For the purposes of the video, I am going to stick around as close as I can here and witness the Kashmirian, who you can see way over there. He's looking at us through his binoculars, and he's probably wondering, why is that man standing outside the window? But there he is, and now eventually the artist will locate Mr. Rangan, and he will bring him down to this room where he will pose for a painting, and eventually the Kashmirian, that you can see in the corner, will finally take his shot.
Once the word gets out and my art appreciating friends see it, your phone will be ringing off the hook, guaranteed.
It's very kind of you, Mr. Rangan. I certainly won't say no to more work.
See, that's the reason I told you I wouldn't pay you for the commission. Dekho Baba, I'm not stingy, not at all. But if I'm already paying you so much in exposure, well, let's not overdo it, you know?
Yes, I understand perfectly. I mean, sure, money would be nice too. You know, to cover things like food and rent.
Trust me, Hussain, exposure can be worth more than just money, yaar. In this case, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Just wait. When you're done with this job, the contracts will just be rolling in.
That sounds...
That shot came from the trawls. It looks like the Kashmirian finally got a clear line of fire. Dawood Rangan is dead, and not even by your hand, 47. What will you think of next? Hold up, 47. The Kashmirian is on the move. He's heading for another flat inside the trawls. This might be worth investigating. If nothing else, we may get a lead on who his client is.
Well, his next client is also our next client. We're just going to make our way back down the lift shaft. Just be aware of the young lady we distracted earlier. Once she starts talking to her colleague, we're safe to exit Rangan Tower. And we're going to make our way now back down towards the entrance, so basically where we started the level, and we're heading for the laundry section of town, or the laundry sector. This area will be controlled by Vanya Shah. So once we get to the overpass, or the walkway, that's that huge yellow structure, we can then follow it along the ground here until we come to the public toilets. We can duck down through the hole into the sewers and make our way along to our left. We're going to run all the way along here and around the corner, where we will then be able to make our way up and into the laundry sector. So up onto the little bridge here, around and behind the house on the corner here, we will find the foreman's notes, and we're going to grab those notes and we are going to deliver them to the new foreman. So straight into the laundry sector, up the stairs as quickly and as quietly as we can, across the walkway and along to our right here. We're just going to stop behind this red curtain here. And this is the foreman's office.
I'll never find those papers. Where the devil could he have hidden them?
So that is the new foreman. He's going to make his way out onto the balcony for a drink, giving us the opportunity to place the old foreman's documents in position. And eventually the foreman, or the new foreman, will come back looking for them, and he will find them.
These are the old foreman's reports. Interesting approach. Acha, this settles it. I can finally talk to Shah now.
So now that the foreman has his notes, he will go to a pre-arranged meeting up on the walkway with Vanya Shah, thus putting her in the sniper's sights. So we're just going to wait for the foreman to make his way down the stairs before we make our way into the room. We're going to render the worker occupant of this room unconscious. We're going to hide his body in one of these lockable containers here. Don't get in these ones with the locks on the front. You may never get out again. We're then going to take the worker's outfit, and again, you do not need to do any of this. You can go and wait right now by an exit. But for the purposes of the video, we are going to make our way into a position where we will see the Vanya Shah kill, which is basically right back to the staircase we originally ascended. Although instead of going to our right, this time we're going to go to our left and across the walkway, and we're going to wait right here just behind this sheet, because there is an enforcer downstairs who can spot us, and eventually Miss Shah will come along and speak to the foreman.
I think I could do something there.
Boring answer. I want to know how you intend to make these lazy dogs work harder.
Well, you see, the old foreman, he gave them breaks and pauses for lunch and things like that. I suppose I can put a stop to all of that.
Now that's more like it. A little hard work never killed anyone, did it? Certainly never did me any harm.
Of course, Miss Shah. I will work hard. I also have some other ideas.
Never mind those. I want to see more money coming out of these people's efforts. Once that is done, we will talk about further ideas. That is all.
Yes, Miss Shah.
You think I don't see you down there, little ants? Scurrying about at your own pace? Taking unnecessary breaks? Drinking my water? Wasting my money? You have had it easy up until now. But your new foreman will bring some order to this rebellious behavior. The days of slacking are over. You hear me?
That is Vanya Shah taking care of 47. Are you planning on outsourcing all your work to the Kashmirian from now on? Mission completed. Time to find an exit.
So, with Vanya Shah now executed by the Kashmirian, that will get you the Proxy Killer Challenge, and all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and the nearest safe exit is the entrance to the city where we first came in. So there we go, that is the Proxy Killer Challenge. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.